Hello and welcome to a new episode of Minneapolis by Night, werewolf venue today. Of Jasmine is she's in Lupus hunting through like the Seps woods, just kind of on her daily patrols, probably hunting for owl. And we can just start the scene right from there.
Okay, let's go a little bit abrupt, because why not? As Jasmine, right? Okay, as Jasmine is hunting, she will see a gray wolf also hunting. They're just hunting about the area. Doesn't look like they're really trying to start shit with anybody. Although it is a gray wolf that Jasmine has not seen before.
Okay. So she'll kind of like, when she notices it, she'll probably like steer off from what she was hunting and kind of just pace at the very edge of the trees around it, just kind of watching and observing this wolf.
Okay. Because I know the pack your like totem bonuses and shit, how many dice are you rolling for stealth?
Ooh, let me actually look. So I don't have it memorized off the top of my head.
Fuck it then. I'm just gonna say Kiara doesn't notice her at first. She's kind of minding her own business.
Well, it's only 7 dice at like diff 4.
Nah, it's no biggie. We don't really need to be throwing dice. I was just thinking.
Yeah.
Actually, let me go ahead and do a hunting roll on her. She is in Lupus. She's just trying to raise her primal urge score because she's Hamid. Oh, hey! She's had 3 successes to track a thing. Neat. All right. It looks like the gray wolf caught scent of something, and she's going along and starting to track a bit. Jasmine, you know this song and dance. Eventually she'll find, I don't know if fucking deer exist in Minnesota. Fucking deer exist in Minnesota.
I mean, we hunt like reindeer and shit here. There's deer.
Well, there's deer, yeah. All right. Awesome. So, find this deer. And the gray wolf very much, she will pounce it and go ahead and consume it. Or at least consume a part of it, as much as she can.
Through the pack link, actually, Jasmine will just kind of ping Riot and just kind of send her a mental image of her location and the image before her of this wolf hunting.
Riot sends back, I can show up if you want. I don't recognize that wolf, though.
Might be good. Meet some of the newer faces around the set.
Sure.
Little did they know it was a BSD Aroon roll initiative.
That would be funny.
That's what the wishbone is for.
Kinda.
Wishbone time. Oh, hey, buddy. Let's do this thing. That involves splitting someone in half.
Yep.
It's how best friends roll.
Yeah. What a great combat maneuver.
Right,
So while she's actually waiting for... Oh, sorry.
Oh, I was just going to say, she'll it's a couple of minutes of an affair, just kind of eating this deer. She's trying to make sure none of that goes to waste and that she's getting, the best parts and stuff. After she is done, because I think wolves can like smell out male and female, so I don't think it's that big of a deal. She will just kind of chill in the chill amongst the just kind of chill on the ground, letting the sunlight shine through the trees, warming her just. Wait a minute, I don't know Minnesota weather. How fucking cold is it right now?
It's similar to up here weather. Like, it's probably at least 20 below.
Oh dear God. Okay, I'm sorry. I'm thinking California weather. California weather. Sun's still shining, guys. Shit.
Josie would actually
Yeah.
know better than I do, though, because I'm pretty sure she's close.
I was gonna say it's probably not that cold. It's probably in the 30s.
Okay. It's not too cray, but okay, that's still less than I thought. All right. Is it like snowing and shit?
It's probably snowing.
Oh my
Well,
God.
let's. You know what? There's an easy way to solve this question.
Google.
Second, guys. I'll tell you what the weather is like from Minneapolis right now. I mean, we're near a city, so we probably have some of the heat island effect. Yeah, it's 31 degrees.
Okay. All right. Yeah. Then she's definitely basking in what little sunlight there is.
Probably snowing too. Not much.
Okay.
Just a few inches.
Light snow. Then Scratch, her just sitting on the ground, she's probably actively kind of moving around, keeping herself warm. On top of her fur, so she's probably feeling pretty okay right now.
As she's, kind of making herself comfortable, she just sees a very lean. God, I forget what color her fur is. Let's say dappled lupus with these curling ram's horns. They're not super big, but they're definitely there. Just kind of emerge from the tree line, very obviously in your sight range. Very obviously not trying to sneak up on you or anything.
Okay. Is this wolf with horns initiating a stare down?
No, she's just kind of emerging from the trees and just kind of not really staring, just cautiously approaching, like any wolf would do when meeting an unfamiliar wolf.
Okay. The gray wolf, upon noticing the horned wolf, will kind of tilt their head a little bit, and as they see the very cautious approach, Kiara will just kind of sit and wait for the approach to happen, kind of see what happens.
She's just sitting there. Then after a few moments, the wolf will kind of straighten her pelt, not her pelt, her stance, and just kind of casually walk over. Are you Guru, sister? She'll say in Lupus. Obviously not verbatim, but essentially that's the point she gets across.
I know what you mean. We can just talk normally and say it's wolf speak.
Yeah, pretty much.
Gray wolf will reply, "Yes, I am." The gray wolf will sniff the horned wolf. Is there any purebred on there?
3 dots of it. Silent Strider purebred.
Okay. Then she'll say, "I am Garu, child of Al."
She'll nod her head. Perhaps we should do introductions, or maybe we should wait. My packmate is on her way.
Whichever. It seems that you are much more familiar with the Sept than I am.
It's kind of like she shakes off the snow that's probably collected on her pelt in these few moments they've been sitting there, and just kind of does a very human-like nod. Even in her lupus, it's still fairly human-like.
That's fair. That's not too crazy for Kiara. Kiara's got the same thing going on.
And as she nods, very quietly and without much fanfare, someone in Hamid emerges from the trees with a great animal hide pulled over them, and you both recognize it. It's Riot.
Oh, she's in Hammond?
Yeah.
Oh.
She hangs out in her breed form. How weird.
All right.
I mean, it's not like she can't understand you guys if you're...
No, that's fair. I was just making sure what form she was in.
Yeah, yeah, she's an Ahmed.
As Riot shows on up, Kiara will perk up somewhat happily, since Riot is a face she knows.
She...
Oh, sorry.
I was going to say, Riot kind of recognizes that the wolf that she doesn't recognize somehow recognizes her, if that makes sense.
I mean, if you have Primal Urge, like, you can sniff her out right quick. Like, it's not like the scent changes.
I was going to say she has a decent amount of Primal Urge, and
Exactly.
she's also got a lot of empathy.
My bad.
Okay. So, cool. So she's like, oh, is that Kiara?
Yes, it is.
It's nice to see you again.
You too.
Looks like you had some luck hunting.
Yeah, a bit.
This place is good for hunting.
Jasmine, the other wolf just kind of looks back and forth and just kind of nods herself. I see you both know each other. That is good.
Yeah, this is the get that I was telling you about.
Ah, and she just kind of like opens her mouth and like, kind of like a thoughtful gesture for a moment where she just snaps it shut again, nods. I see.
Oh, Kiara will look at the horned wolf again, at Jasmine, and say, was this the packmate you were referring to?
This is, yes. She is my packmate, Violet Ox.
Oh. Right, and then I believe introductions are in order then. I am Kiara Grayson, Crescent Moon, Hamid-born, from the Get of Fenris. Please.
Add a character, just one real quick question, Tim. Is that with an O or an E? Or not an E, just like O?
Oh, Grayson?
Yeah, or E.
Yeah, it's. I'll spell it out for you in the chat.
Okay, gotcha. Just for the tags. Gotcha. And then Jasmine will just look to Riot next for her introduction. Wait for her to introduce herself first.
Wow. Though you already both know me, I'm Riot, also known as MV Lee, but more currently known as Seize the True Heart. I am a Phylodox, child of Owl, and I am a Cleath as well.
Jasmine kind of just sends her, like, just not really any thoughts, like, words or anything, just kind of warm thoughts through the pack link. And then kind of nods as it's her turn. I am Jasmine Thomas, known to the nation as Rides the Thunder. Born to Owl and Cockroach, Bostern of the nation, Galliard of the Silent Striders.
As you mentioned, as Jasmine mentions her rank, Kiara will expose throat appropriately.
Do the lick to acknowledge it just very quickly.
Okay. Kara will ask, however, if I may ask, Mariah, you mentioned you were a child of both owl and cockroach.
She nods. I was born to a silent strider mother and a glasswalker father.
Okay, I understand. She'll nod.
Just gets a not really a nuzzle, but just kind of like a nose tap, like in kind of just like it's almost like a I got you kind of forgiven sort of thing. It's really weird, but like,
I get what you're saying.
gotcha. She'll just kind of look at the deer and we should drag the rest of this home. The kinfolk like having a good meal to cook.
Sounds good. Kiara will start to. She'll start to. She was thinking about dragging it in Lupus, but then she remembers, right, Hamlet form is a thing. She'll go Hamid. And as she goes Hamid, I'll go ahead and describe Kiara for, the person that has not ever seen her. Kiara is a black woman, somewhat skinny, but they still look quite fit. Somewhat short at about, let's put her at 5'4", fuck it. And actually, wait, I have Google. I can show you a picture of her.
Awesome.
I say she's only 2 inches shorter than Riot, but it's not that tall.
That's fair.
Riot may not be tall, but she's ferocious.
She kind of is.
Although technically, out of our pack, Erebus is the most ferocious one.
Yeah,
running around with Rage 8.
She's ridiculously ferocious. I mean, our pack is stealthy, but they're also pretty fucking fearsome.
Mm-hmm. And when Jasmine sees Kiara shift up to Hamid, and start picking up this deer, she'll just kind of shrug, and she just relaxes into her breed form. So just the wolf in front of you just kind of melts into this really fucking huge Nubus-looking motherfucker who just kind of just shakes her head. It's this very, very blunt Garuf tongue. I can carry it.
Kiara, who was about to pick up the deer, just kind of smooths like she wasn't even going to do that shit. It stands to mention that she's playing in the hoodie.
Okay. Yeah. She's just kind
cold.
of... There's kind of like a... It might be a chuckle, like just a little bit of a chuckle from the wolf. And then... Or not the wolf, from the werewolf. And she just nods and picks up, slings the deer over her shoulder.
Riot
she
is
goes
just
through...
smirking.
Sorry.
No, you go.
Do those. I like this one. She's fun.
Yes. Yes. Working harder than at that little thing that went on. But she answers, she says, yes, I think she's a good one. And I think it would be good to know her better.
Agreed. But for now, let's go. Let's just get this taken home, and we can talk on the way, I suppose.
Yes.
as they're walking on back, I'll just kind of give this to everyone. Kiara doesn't really hide this, at least when she's on sept. Kiara does have a knife on her. She doesn't have it out. She's not actually holding it. She just kind of has one. Because it's good to have a weapon if you just have shitty Hamid stats.
Yeah. Probably noticed that Riot actually has a rifle.
Yeah, Jasmine.
Ooh, she has a rifle.
Yeah.
That'll definitely catch Kiara's eye. She will look over at Riot and she kind of point at the rifle and ask, do you actually get a lot of use out of that?
Not too much, but I like having it on hand just in case.
That's fair. I was never really one for guns myself.
It's understandable. If you ever do want to learn anything about it, I can probably teach you some.
Maybe.
Let's see. Yeah, she's pretty good at guns. She says, we should hit up my cabin so I can... Actually, she says, what am I thinking? So we can grab a few things. Knife, perhaps. You already have one. Never mind. But I could take him, skin and gut this deer for the Hamid, or the kinfolk, so they won't have to go through that hassle.
Right. All right. I'll be honest. I've never actually skinned a deer. I can help you out, but I'll definitely have to follow your lead on it.
Yeah, that's cool. I can definitely show you what to do. And I mean, you don't have to do it, but I can demonstrate it, as it were.
Either or.
It is always
Cool.
good to learn new skills.
Yes, I think so. Learning to survive in the wild is definitely something that might come in handy if we ever spend time away from the cairn.
Yeah, they taught us a little bit back at my home set, but it was more. You could probably guess it was more related to direct combat than anything else.
Yeah, I know a little bit about that too. Combat is useful, but it's not everything. I don't know if I told you, but I lived for some time with the Wendigo up in Canada.
I don't think you did mention that.
She nods. That was after my intended pack got killed off.
Right.
One member of which still survives, though, thankfully. She's here on the cairn, oddly enough. She was going to help us find these kinfolk that are missing.
This is interesting.
Right, I heard about that missing kinfolk thing. You need help with that.
Yeah, it's not good. I'm sure your help would be pretty welcome. You don't happen to know any tracking rights, do you?
I can learn one.
That would be sweet. The more of us that can learn that, the better, because then we can work together.
Sure, I will not. If you have any need for specific talons that need making, just let me know and I can hook you up with those too.
I don't know too much about those.
About talons?
Yeah.
What would you like to know?
So what exactly is a talon?
Carol will kind of look over and blank, surprised. Oh, okay. So we're going from the basics on this. A talon is, to put it quite simply, a one-shot fetish.
Fetish is like a magic doohickey, right?
Kiara will blink again. It is a item that has a spirit bound into it.
Oh. You can do that?
I don't have the right for it yet, but eventually it's something that my auspice does quite a bit.
No shit. What can you really do with that anyway? I mean, spirits have all kinds of powers, right?
Spirits can blast you with lightning, fire, calcify you, disrupt reality itself, solidify reality itself, make the gauntlet around an area stronger, embody itself in the material world. There, I could list off all the things spirits could do, but we'd be here all night.
Huh. I could see that making the gauntlet thicker be pretty useful, actually. If you were trying to get away from people that you knew could go into the Umbra, you could use that so they would have a harder time chasing you. So I could see how that would be useful, yeah.
She'll not. I'll tell you what. Next few days, I need to actually get started making anyway. I can show you an example of one and how they work and things like that. Sound good?
Cool. That sounds awesome.
All right.
Jasmine is just kind of following at this point. She's more focused on keeping the deer carcass off the ground.
That makes sense. Also keeping its guts from sliding out because it got slightly munched on already.
Well, Kiara did get quite a bit of that deer. In fact, Jasmine, oh my God, she got a bit of that deer. This bitch can eat. What the fuck? There's still a good amount of the deer left. That is a quirk all of my characters have. They just eat an insane amount of food.
I mean, really, we don't have to give this one to the kinfolk. We could just split it.
It is possible.
We could get them something bigger later, is what I was thinking.
True. And it has been a while since we last hunted.
I'm sure they would also appreciate not getting someone else's, leftovers.
Riot says, yeah, there's something to that. I mean, I don't mind leftovers, but yeah, I could see how they would not like that so much. I might be able to do something with this deer hide, too.
Interesting. Thinking some winter boots.
Possibly. It might be good. Some something. When we hunt these things, and sometimes when I take and skin them, I could start making things for the pack. Gear.
That does make sense. Definitely be useful.
For example, one thing I could make out of this could be like a backpack. And I don't know if you can have any more things dedicated to you, but if you had a backpack dedicated to you, you might be able to carry more.
Jasmine looks to the Theurge at this. Obviously, the Theurge is when she's gonna
Ooh, my bad. What was it that
figure
was
would
said?
know this.
What was it that was said?
I was just saying, if you could have a backpack dedicated to you, you might be able to carry more. I don't know if that's doable.
If Jasmine looks over to Kiara, Kiara will just nod. That's something you can do.
Cool.
All right, that's good to know.
I was thinking of doing that with my backpack recently, because then I could carry my gun, my other gun, and my knife with me and do stuff.
Definitely a good idea.
If you need, I could probably do that right for you very quickly if you don't know it.
I don't. That would be really super handy if you could do that.
All right. Let's get back to, do you mind just grabbing the bag for me?
Yeah. We might as well stop at my cabin anyway, because that's where I have the tanning supplies and stuff like that. So deal with this meat.
Through the pack link, Jasmine just sends a very amused, like teasing, like emotion towards Riot. She goes, "You know, you could have just asked."
Ryan starts blushing, you guys notice, potentially.
She just kind of just sends like almost like a mental hug through the pack link.
Kiara is, I mean, she'll notice the blushing, but she's just like, okay, I guess.
Through the pack link, Riot just sends evil. And laughter. And laughter.
She said evil and laughter.
Yeah.
Gotcha. And you just get like the chuckle, the mental chuckle from Jasmine as she's carrying this reindeer. She goes, but through the pack link, she says, "I don't mind. It's good to see what the new wolf can do."
Yeah. I think that she'll turn out to be quite useful.
Agreed. Her and Walks Like an Egyptian are both people I'm definitely thinking we should look at for asking to join the pack.
That sounds good. Yeah. We need more people in the pack. I mean, it's good with the three of us, but if we could have more, that would be better.
This is
Especially if we could get people who are not. Yeah, I know we're having an entire conversation without you. Sorry, Tim.
Oh, it's all good. I don't really mind. I'm just gonna start talking shit in the side chat.
Oh, okay. God, what was I saying?
You're saying it would be good to have
And
people. Yeah.
yeah, have a greater mix of auspices potentially. Did you catch what auspice walks like an Egyptian was? I forget.
I believe he was a Galliard, like myself and Erebus.
Oh shit! More of you guys? Okay, that's fair. Riot out loud just starts laughing.
So does so does Jasmine. So Kiara just kind of sees these two motherfuckers start laughing out of nowhere.
She will not question Harias. she kind of notices that, and she's just like, "No, I'm not going to ask."
I'm gonna make a perception empathy roll. I'm gonna do it. Do I even have empathy? I do. I did a good on this character.
Nice.
Behold the terrible power of her 3 dice, which is a failed roll.
Oh, it was a straight fail?
Yeah, 5, 4, 5, 4.
Damn. All right. That wasn't going to be that much anyway.
Yeah.
It wasn't going to be that big a deal what you got. So she kind of looks over, just kind of keeps walking.
Right, and then
Just kind
shake. Oh, yeah. Go ahead.
Sorry.
No, you.
You're good.
Okay. I was gonna say Riot just shakes her head and not really sighs, but kind of exhales her breath a little. Amused still, clearly.
Okay. So, she kind of looks at her.
At Kiara or at Riot?
Kiara. She said, so Kiara,
She'll look over.
do you have a pack yet?
Not yet, I'm afraid.
Okay. Well, how long have you been in the sept?
A few weeks or so. Most of my time's been spent trying to get a little better acquainted with it.
Understandable. She just kind of shoots a glance towards the side, towards Riot.
So,
Kind of keeps walking.
what would you be looking for in a pack?
The same thing any reasonable Garu would want out of a pack, I imagine. Group of comrades beside you, ready to fight with you and win alongside you. People that you can rely on.
Riot nods. That's good. That's good. What do you think you have to offer to a pack?
Horrible shrug. Well, I am a Theurge, and well, as much as the nation needs its Aruns, it needs, well, every other auspice too. I know how to fight. More than capable of it, I'd say. And I'm also not stupid.
Cool. How into you are you the idea of getting to be sneaky?
We all fight in our own ways, right?
I suppose so. Riot looks to Jasmine and over the pack link, she says, "So should I ask her?"
Through the pack link, she goes, I don't see why not. You can always ping Erebus about it through the pack link.
Yeah, that's true. If she's not busy trying to sleep.
This is true.
I hate to disturb that poor girl.
Yes, she has.
Terrible nightmares.
Agreed.
So, Kiara, we have this pack, and we've been looking for members. And would you like to try running with us for a while to see how it feels?
Kiara will, she'll think about it. And she'll say, well, I know being in a pack it's a big deal, and I like you guys. I know I just met you. I'm definitely open to running with you guys for a little bit and seeing how it is.
That sounds pretty good. Oh, look, my cabin.
All right.
So, Riot has Jasmine offload the deer, and she grabs her room there, and she begins gutting the deer, cutting away pieces of the deer that aren't going to be useful anymore because they got munched on, and also skinning it.
And as she's doing this, Jasmine just, kind of slips into Hamed. For some reason, my dice rolls are rolling up. She got 3 successes on the roll. And she just kind of...
Okay.
She still seems a little phased out.
If I remember right, Jasmine looks exactly like Angelina Jolie, right?
Yes, but with horns.
Okay, that's cool. Carl will look over, kind of surprised. Huh. That's an uncanny resemblance.
She kind of just nods. Our packmate says she is fine with you joining as well.
Oh. May I ask who your other packmate is?
Eyes of Erebus. She is a child of Gaia Galliard.
Oh, okay.
Lupus as well. She's very interesting, but she's definitely loyal.
Mm-hmm. Kiara will look over to Riot and just ask, mind if I get your bag?
Good call. And gestures at it.
Okay. And she'll go ahead and do her Rite of Talisman dedication. Yay! Actually, I think you just need to spend Gnosis. So she'll just spend Gnosis.
Yeah, I don't remember how that works. I could look it up if you want.
No, it's all good. I actually have it open. Kara's gonna do this one a little weirdly. She's gonna pull her knife, roll up her sleeve very quickly, and just kind of prick herself with her own knife, wipe off some of that blood, and just kind of touch Riot's bag with it.
Cool.
And then Carol will look over and say, and we're done.
Nice. Thanks.
No problem.
Nice.
Esmond is just at this point kind of, she's like started up a fire, you know, she's got a little thing going out from the cabin and is probably getting ready to cook.
Riot sets some of it aside to
Okay.
there's probably enough that we can cook some and preserve some.
Mm-hmm. And she'll just take what they set aside to cook and start making some stew out of it. Some snow first, and then, you know, gets some stones hot, drops them in, and puts in the meat. Gets it all cooking. Jasmine at this point just kind of glances over to Kiara. So, what's on your mind?
Right now, I'm mostly planning out what kind of Talon I'm going to make for Riot to show her how things work. Probably just going to go with the standard Gaia's Breath.
I think you mentioned that, something about that before?
Yep, it's a healing Talon.
That's right. I guess I forgot some of what you told me about Talons between this time and the last time. Sorry about that.
Hey, no problem.
Shit's kind of new to me. Weirdly, I do know a few things. I know about as much about our kind as I know about the mages.
We're on agreeable terms with them, right? I believe that's what I heard.
As long as the ones that, I guess, aren't supposed to come here don't come here. Something like that.
All right. So what do we know about them?
Of them specifically?
Them Karen drainers in general.
Well, and Riot launches into a short lecture about them, which I'm not going to attempt to reproduce because I don't know exactly what entails Mage Lore 1, but she gives you a Mage Lore 1 based discussion.
So mystics that use all sorts of different styles and beliefs to work their magic. She'll almost say magic as if she's scoffing at that.
Yeah, something like that.
Didn't think they had such thing as philosophy over in the Karen Drainer life. Or, I'm sorry, mage life, she'll say.
Well, I just figure if I'm supposed to get along with them, I should try to be nice. But then again, I have some odd beliefs about the others.
I'm just more annoyed that we weren't allowed to hunt the leeches.
I heard about that too, she'll say.
Well, I don't think that's necessarily the case. But I
Oh.
think there is kind of an unspoken peace, as it were. I do know that one came to the cairn and was killed.
Makes sense.
Interestingly, they claimed to have information on Green Dragon that might have aided us.
The one that got killed, you mean?
Yes.
If he had information for us, then why did he just walk onto our territory without any fucking respect?
It's a good question.
Sorry, we for viewers, we were having a side chat discussion. We're still here. We didn't die.
Yes, just bear with us. There might be a long silence.
Yep. Char will just say, well, that may have sent them the... I hope that sent across the response. No, not the response, the message. Don't fucking walk onto our sect.
That there as I don't think they're as organized or unified as we are.
Good. Keeps them off balance. Keeps them focused on things other than us.
I will admit I was rather surprised when I heard about this set. I heard it was predominantly a Wendigo set. And then I come on and I see one of my tribe mates in a particularly high position of power, or warder. Out of character, it is the warder that's a get a room, correct?
Think so.
Yeah. I don't know if he's not Rune, but yeah, he's a Get. I'm pretty sure.
From
Actually, I don't
what
know.
I understand, my apologies.
That was an out of character. I don't know.
Oh, gotcha. I understand the Wendigo aren't as numerous on the set, but they still nominally hold it.
One of their people recently returned to the Sept, I understand. I don't know if you guys have heard of Kateri.
I think I have.
She seems like some kind of badass.
Everyone is badass until they get hit.
Yeah. I don't know what she was doing away from the cairn for so long. If she was here before.
Was that not her child that you helped cleanse as your rite of passage?
Yeah, that's right. Wow, I didn't even make that connection until now. Thanks. That was her child. Oh man, I feel sorry for Micah. I'm gonna have to go check on him soon.
For certain.
He might be taking it hard seeing his mom back here.
She just nods.
So what have been some recent events on set? Because there's this.
Mostly gossiping.
I suppose that'll happen everywhere, but I mean, like, the important stuff. I heard something about Green Dragon and this Kateri woman.
Well, I can't tell you much about Kateri because I don't know. I just met her recently. She is the mother of Micah, who is another Cleath. Well, I guess he's a Cleath. I don't know. Maybe he ranked up by now. But I doubt it. He had his rite of passage as a result of me having mine, if that makes sense. I had to find him a tribe to take him because that's really fucked up, actually. But he was turned into one of us against his will.
How
Fucked up ritual.
What kind of ritual was this?
Probably a wormish one, I would think.
That doesn't sound like anything I've ever heard of. Is it possible for the rank and file to go and see Micah?
Oh, yeah, he's part of a pack, I think, now.
Okay. If possible, I'd like to seek him out.
Yeah, that's fine. I was supposed to help him find some kind of psychological counseling for what he's gone through. I don't know if I'll be able to do that. I might have to do it myself. Which is not really something I know about.
Well, to be forced to be a Garu by a wormish way and still managing to earn a place here says a lot about him. What tribe accepted him?
Out of character, let me think for a second.
I didn't even remember. It's all good.
In character, if I was the, it's another child of Gaia, no, or yeah, that sounds about right.
That makes sense. Because that's probably it's a out of character. It's a big fucking deal to have
Right.
that worm cast on you, and then have that worm tank cleansed, which is probably a chronicle in and of itself, and then being accepted into a tribe.
Right. Given that as my rite of passage challenge, I was like, fucking kidding me?
Yeah, no, that's an elder challenge. Damn, like that's no, they're not elder. It's like solid Adrian.
Yeah. I know. Okay, so let's see. I guess we've basically discussed the things we want to discuss, unless you guys want to discuss more things.
I think we're good to end there unless Tim has something.
No, I'm good. Be alright.
Okay, so we end our scene with the three, just kind of hanging there, having some food. And thank you, players, for playing. Thank you, watchers, for watching.